We begin with breaking news at 11 out of Riverside. A retired police officer has been arrested after a shooting in a parking lot of a Home Depot store. Well, police say it started when a man was allegedly running out of the big box store after shoplifting.
The retired officer saw him and opened fire. CBS 2's Lori Perez live now in Riverside with the latest information. Lori?
Yeah, the shots were fired right by those sheds in the parking lot behind me. It happened just after 4 o'clock. Police say they arrived and found a retired police officer who confirmed he was the shooter. We have video of him. He's the man in the video wearing an Everlast sweatshirt. Police are not releasing his name or saying which unit he retired from, beyond saying it was in L.A. County. Witnesses told police what happened is a man tried to leave the store without paying. We don't know what he was trying to take. Store workers tried to stop him. The retired cop somehow got involved and was also telling the suspect to stop. He didn't and was driving away when police say the retired officer shot at the car 2 times. Police say one of the bullets grazed the suspect's neck. He drove himself to a nearby medical clinic and workers there called police. No one else was hurt. The store remained open for the rest of the day. Now here's the twist. As police looked into the shooting, they determined it was not justified. They have now arrested the retired officer for assault with a deadly weapon. Meanwhile, the suspect is in the hospital and is expected to be released sometime tonight or early tomorrow morning with nothing more than a ticket for misdemeanor theft. We are live in Riverside tonight. I'm Lori Perez, CBS 2 News.
Lori, thank you. Tonight, a second storm is on the way. This is a live look at our weather radar now. You see some rain in the Pacific Northwest and up in the Bay Area. We're talking about more rain and even some snow.
Yeah, and this is how it looked earlier as the first storm slammed Northridge, leaving slick streets everywhere.
The first storm also left snow and ice along the Grapevine. Caltrans laid down salt near Gorman to try and prevent icing there.
All right, CBS 2 meteorologist Amber Lee tracking the new storm and also the weather warnings. Good evening, Amber.
Hi, Chris. Hi, Sarah. That's right. Storm number 2. Moving right along, coming straight to Southern California. This one is a much colder system, and you can see that the center of this system is still spinning off the coast of Oregon, but it's already bringing some showers over to areas like San Francisco, and we're just now starting to see some very scattered showers over the central coast. But take a look. Ahead of the system, we have all of these advisories and warnings and also watches in place. So what that means is with this cold system, we're expecting snow levels to get as low as 2,500 feet by the time we head into tomorrow evening. So ahead of the system, we have this winter weather advisory for the foothills and mountains of LA and Ventura County. That includes the I-5 corridor and also for the Grapevine. And then it's going to be even colder for the San Bernardino Mountains, where we're looking at a winter weather warning. And then we're expecting anywhere from 3 to 7 inches of new snow. But I'll have more details on 2 more systems after this one. Back to you.
Amber, thank you. A man was arrested after a brutal attack in Santa Monica. The victim was rushed to the hospital with critical injuries. CBS 2's Christy Fajardo live in Santa Monica with the details. Christy?
Sarah, neighbors tell us the man and the victim were a couple, and they had long worried about what was going on in one of the apartments here behind me. So much so, we're told one neighbor even called police on Christmas Day. Now, months later, the man is in jail and the woman is in critical condition. For months, neighbors heard fights, even snapped photos of police at the Santa Monica apartment. But on Friday, they saw crime tape go up as police arrested Kevin Farron for attempted murder. Neighbors say his victim was his girlfriend, Anna Koosman.
There was about 4 or 5 cops hanging around here, which is super atypical of this area.
Neighbors in the building on the 1100 block of 6th Street didn't want to go on camera, but described a tumultuous and unstable relationship. Neighbors tell us this is Koosman in a 2016 viral video after she and a different boyfriend were arrested on a Delta flight for being unruly because a flight attendant wouldn't let her use the restroom. 3 years later, Farron was posting photos with Koosman and hearts on his Facebook page. Still, neighbors say, unfortunately, they too saw disruptive behavior. Booking information shows Farron was arrested at least 4 times in the last year, the most recent for a felony on January 21st, and just weeks prior for a misdemeanor charge on Christmas Day. One neighbor even took this photo. Santa Monica police couldn't say why Farron had been arrested, but confirmed they'd been called to the apartment for reports of domestic violence. Still, neighbors say they saw him back at their building and are saddened it ended with crime tape. Police say Farron has been booked on suspicion of attempted murder and other charges. He's being held tonight on $1 million bail. Live in Santa Monica, Christy Fajardo, CBS 2 News.
We have new details tonight about the pilot involved in that deadly Yorba Linda plane crash. His Cessna came apart midair and slammed into a home, killing 4 people on the ground. The LA Times reports Antonio Pastini had been disciplined for dangerous flying in the past. The paper says his pilot's license yanked twice. In 1977, he flew in cloudy, icy weather and falsely told an air traffic controller he had instrument clearance. A judge found he'd posed a potential threat to himself and others. Then in 1980, his plane was judged unairworthy because of a brake fluid leak and other problems. And here's a look at the Chicago police badge that investigators found in the wreckage. They confirmed earlier this week that Pastini was never on the force.
Well, an employee of the Conejo Valley School District is fighting for her life tonight after being injured by a hit-and-run driver. She was hit last night at Thousand Oaks High School on North Moore Park Road, just north of West Jans Road. Lisa Solis was run over in the school parking lot. It all began with a 16-year-old boy accused of stealing something. He apparently ran outside, got into his car. Well, police say Solis ran after him, then stood in front of his car trying to get him to stop. Instead, he knocked her over, then ran her over.
I'm sure Lisa acted out of impulse and to do the right thing, which is the type of person that Lisa is.
Well, the 16-year-old boy accused of running over Solis was arrested near his home, is facing a charge of felony assault with a vehicle. Lisa Solis is the activities director for the school.
The hottest pre-Grammy party is in Beverly Hills tonight.
That is right. Big stars, they are celebrating at music mogul Clive Davis's annual pre-Grammy bash. CBS 2's Brittany Hopper, she's live at the Beverly Hilton with a look at the gala. Hey, Brittany.
Hey guys, yes, that's right. The party is still going on actually, but the real party, I must say, was earlier tonight on the red carpet.
I get those goosebumps every time you.
The Clive Davis Grammy Party is the hottest ticket in town, year after year, drawing some of the biggest names in music the night before the Grammy Awards.
It's encouraging, and tonight you're going to see all of it at its best.
Past Grammy winners and current nominees come together to celebrate. Maren Morris is up for 5 Grammys on Sunday, including Record of the Year.
Just such a historic event at this point, and it feels like, you know, superstitious to not come because it's ushering in the biggest night for us.
For music producer Linda Perry, she's just happy she's nominated, but she can make history at the Grammy Awards if she wins Producer of the Year.
It's 61 years women have not been acknowledged in this category.
So great, but it's not just musicians here tonight. We saw some actors, politicians, and even athletes. Everyone here just celebrating music's biggest nights. We are live tonight in Beverly Hills. I'm Brittany Hopper. Back to you guys in the studio.
Looking beautiful tonight. Thank you, ma'am. CBS is your home for the Grammy Awards tomorrow right here on CBS 2. And be sure to watch CBS 2 News after the Grammys for Pat Harvey's sit-down interview with Grammy nominee Nipsey Hussle.
All right, looking forward to it. All right, so caught on camera, a car, it drives right into the lobby of an LAPD station. Coming up, wait until you see what happened next.
Hey, recognize this guy. He's here to say thank you to Southern California's bravest.
Straight ahead.
Plus, a big decision by Britain's Prince Philip. Will he ever drive again? Amber?
And here's a live look outside where we have increasing cloud cover. We are waiting for that next storm system to bring us rain and mountain snow, but we also have more rain chances on the way.